They're the military's elite skydiving team, constantly pushing the limits of the sport, dominating international competition, and serving as the Army's aerial ambassadors. They are the Golden Knights.
Do your stuff.
Take a place to transition.
Do it quickly. Now.
And here is how they got here. I'm Dan Burkhardt. In this special edition of FNG, we're going to see what it takes to make the U.S. Army parachute team. In spite of their name, the Golden Knights are not born into this elite brotherhood. They earn their spot. Every year, there's a grueling 8-week audition process at the team's headquarters in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and not everybody will make it. Sergeant Earl Scott has a look at what life is like for these candidates.
This is a home away from home for the candidates trying to make the Golden Knights team. After early morning PT and chow, it's off to the drop zone.
The moment I turned 18, I decided to jump out of an airplane for the first time. I saw the Golden Knights when I was a freshman in high school for the very first time, and that's when I decided this is what I wanted to do.
When I first heard of the Golden Knights, I didn't think much of it because I wasn't Army. And I'm like, I can't try out, I'm Air Force, you know? So I submitted a package and crossed my fingers to see if they'd let me try out. And sure enough, I got the congratulations, you've been selected to try out letter, and here I am.
The main number one thing we're looking for is their ability to learn and their ability to work as a team. Every morning they get up, they do PT, do their personal hygiene, clean up their barracks, load their bus. During that bus ride, they're rattling off their safety brief, practicing their narration.
10 pages.
I have to memorize it by heart, word for word.
From the early days of flight to the first step on the moon.
From the early days of flight to the first step on the moon.
Man has relied extensively. Man has relied extensively.
Man has relied extensively on a small deceleration device known as the parachute.
Created initially to save a pilot's life as he jumped from his disabled aircraft. Parachuting has evolved through modern aviation technology to become the sport of the space age.
Stop. Next helmet needs to go back about half an inch. All right, next set.
A little more.
Move the whole kit back.
The significance of them lining up is dress right dress, basic uniformity and all their equipment. There's nothing that looks more professional.
Once he's done talking to it. 1, 2, 3.
First thing we got to get on is our jumpsuit. Sometimes it can be a little tricky. You can barely see the zipper. After that, we get our rigs on. The more help you get, the better. Teamwork is key here.
That is what we're trying to build right now. Cohesion and teamwork. I don't care how well they jump. I don't care how well they fly their parachutes. I don't care if they can get out of the aircraft stable. We can teach them that later on. Right now, what we want to know how well they're going to be teammates.
When you're running up to the airplane, what goes through my head is what we're going to be doing on that jump, what maneuver we're going to be handling, and the altitudes that we have to perform certain maneuvers at. It's kind of staying concentrating and staying in the game.
Throw it at 2,000 feet, which is approximately opening altitude, and it shows us what the winds will do to us from 2,000 feet to the ground. We use that to determine where we're going to exit the aircraft.
A lot of people say it goes away, but it hasn't gone away with me. It definitely isn't as scary as it was when I first started, but it's always exciting.
It's an amazing feeling. My favorite part about it is definitely the exit. It's that initial reaction of you actually leaving an aircraft. When you see that aircraft flying away and you're falling from it, it's a great feeling for sure.
Every year, the Golden Knights audition potential new team members. 16 candidates make up this year's GCAST, or Golden Knights Assessment and Selection. Not everyone will make it.
Look at the target transition. Good job.
Pull short.
Clear. Keep your eyes on the target. Look at the target, Johnson. Lean forward. You're leaning back. Transition. Clear.
But that's what makes it such a magnificent job. There's nothing better than jumping out of this airplane and knowing that you're going to hit that target.
Way too high, way too tight. Slide out.
You're going to land a mile from the target, at least land standing up, wave to the crowd, wave to the crowd.
I have to be tough on them, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't like being tough on them, I really don't.
If you would have slowed down, I was gonna yell, slide out to the left, slide out.
I was gonna help you get in, but you're like, screw it, I don't care what he says. I'm gonna go land over here and fall on my lips. If I'm not tough on them, I may accidentally pass on a soldier to a team leader that's gonna be a problem for his team. And I can't allow that.
Well, that's way too high.
Roger, sir.
Patience was a little better, but I still had people going downwind too early. On your bat passes, number 2, be patient, wait for number 1 to take it down. Everybody understands?
When we're not jumping, we're breaking smoke, cleaning the drop zone, and going over the dive in our heads. This morning you heard our narration, studying that constantly. Just stay busy.
We do a lot of different things during the selection process here. This is one of them. Right now we're just pulling some weeds, making it look right. In the sky, where we work, we have to pay attention to detail at all times.
Everything that we do in the ground definitely trains you for what you're doing in the air. Every time you go up, you're always thinking of the perfect jump.
Stuff like that. We are teaching you tryouts muscle memory. This way you'll be able to track and not kill your tracking partner.
It's no secret that this is like the theme music to Jeopardy.
Yeah, it's a great song. Come on! Woo.
Let's go, Clark, let's go! Let's go, Clark, let's go!
Definitely intense because it's very mentally demanding. You're learning so many new things all at one time that you really have to be squared away.
It's tough. It's really tough. Being under their microscope where they're always trying to get us to shoot accuracy, and sometimes stressful and frustrating to not be able to get it to where they want us to, but they're giving us the tools and opportunities to be successful.
Once the day is complete, it's another long bus ride back. If they did really good during the day, we'll cut them a break, let them relax a little bit on the bus. If they didn't get 5 stars, so to speak, then we'll have them narrating and everything else on the way home. Get home, they get all their gear downloaded, they refit. Any little extra tasks they may have, they've got to get those taken care of, and we start over again the next morning.
At the end of the day, every candidate will tell you that they are smoked. At 2200, it's lights out in the dorm. And tomorrow, they'll do it all again.
As you can see, the selection process is physically tough, but candidates say it's even more mentally demanding. Coming up next, a closer look at the gear that helps keep these skydivers safe. Plus, Earl Scott finds out what it's really like to be a Golden Knight, so stick around. Welcome back to FNG, where we're learning what it takes to become one of the military's best skydivers. It's a thrilling job, but it's also risky. Here's Earl Scott with more on the training and equipment the Golden Knights rely on to keep them safe.
It's no surprise that skydiving is an extremely dangerous sport. The Golden Knights make safety the top priority. From this tiny audible altimeter to this 265 square foot parachute, safety is always first.
Hold it up, let it up lightly. Face the center of the target. Face the center of the target, face the center. Start your transition now. Stop the parachute. Stop the parachute.
Reach, if you do that, you'll pull down on the left side of the canopy, which will cause the canopy to slide left, and now all your weight plus that momentum's on your left leg. You're gonna break that leg.
It's safety in everything we do. How they sit in their harness, how they hold their hands on their steering lines, to how they wear their jumpsuits, how they wear their helmets. Everything has some sort of safety margin involved in it.
Do it right, otherwise people are gonna get hurt. Feet broken, legs broken, worse maybe.
So I'm too high. What should I do?
Sink it.
How about increase my distance from there to there, like this.
Well, in the early days, we were trial and error. If it worked, fine. If it didn't, we'd go back to the drawing board. Earl, here we have our memorial hall. The team gave me the honor of displaying some of my early day equipment. We had, of course, a lot more injuries, but over the years, the jumpers have transitioned into more knowledgeable ways of doing things, and the equipment, of course, is much more superior. It's always an honor to come in here and see my ugly mug sitting up there. Back then, we were using primarily what the pilots were using for safety, and through trial and error of deployment systems, different type canopies, the modifications where we would take scissors and actually cut the round parachutes we were using back in the early days. We would cut different configurations in the canopies to actually see what it would do.
So this is the front of your parachute. This little piece of cord only holds 5 pounds of pressure when the jumpers are under canopy. The rest of the weight's distributed evenly and sequentially through the 3 rings.
The equipment we're utilizing has more safety features on it than a car practically nowadays.
Basically, you can save your life 3 ways with the parachute system. You have one opportunity to save your life by deploying your main parachute. If something should happen, that parachute should fail, you personally can deploy your reserve parachute. If something happens to you and you can't deploy your reserve parachute, a computer on board your system will activate it for you. We set it at 0 down, which is default for an expert, at 750 feet of deployment altitude in case the jumper doesn't pull on his own. The locking stows are the stows that go through the grommets on the top of the parachute deployment bag to keep the parachute in the bag until all the lines are completely stretched out. If you threw out and you didn't have a way to contain the parachute, what would happen is everything would start to come out all at once and be a big ball. Now, you don't want a ball, we want a staged deployment. So all the lines will come out, boom, boom. Now we're talking in less than half a second this is all gonna happen. Then the bag can open and then the parachute can be deployed.
That's kind of like the war cry. Pack harder, pack faster, pack more quickly.
Pack a parachute normally takes about 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there.
It's not to compromise safety, but it's to motivate us to get comfortable with our pack jobs.
This is life support equipment, and to know what you're doing is absolutely critical. Once you know what's going on, it's not too complicated.
These parachutes are meant to open.
Safety is critical at every stage of the jump. And even in the air, candidates are checking and rechecking each other's packs and pins.
When your aircraft moving around, you could slide in the seat up against the bulkhead of the aircraft, the side of the aircraft, you could dislodge a pin and not even know it.
Stand by! Stand by!
I've had a couple close calls. I've had 870 jumps roughly. I've seen mid-air collisions at high speeds, people almost getting knocked out. They'll fall out of that position at high wind speeds, unable to stop themselves, and if they hit you, they can knock you unconscious.
For every Murphy's Law, for every incident that could possibly go wrong, there's always something you can do to counter it.
Okay, ready, set.
You set the angles.
Green flag.
Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Okay, ready, set.
This right here is actually a mock-up of the Twin Otter door that we have.
Okay.
And just like any other paratrooper, they have mock-ups of whatever aircraft they're going to be jumping from. So this is what we use for our aircraft, just to practice it on the ground. Once they get the commands of stand by, the lead jumper, he'll give the count, ready, set, and then they'll leave the aircraft.
Hey, do that exit again.
Right now we are rigging some smoke grenades to a special bracket that we wear during free fall so that the crowd can actually see us up in the sky up to 2 miles away. They burn for 90 seconds at roughly 4,000 degrees, guys?
4,000 degrees.
4,000 degrees. We take this small lanyard here and we insert it through the smoke grenade so we're able to pull them during free fall as soon as we exit the aircraft.
Get on. Get it on. Wait, I got some smoke. Could be behind my ring.
This is a Velcro mating that we put on our ankle so that the smoke canister will not burn our leg or our gear.
Their skydiving abilities are good, they're being safe, they're not hurting their buddies. The technology we have today in the modern parachutes, it's virtually impossible. As long as you have an AOD, I feel safer jumping out of the plane with my teammates than I ever do riding down the street going home at night. You know, automobiles are way more dangerous than skydiving.
Golden Knight's Assessment and Selection, or GCAS, is 8 weeks long, and candidates can be cut right up until the end, especially if they violate any safety rules. Those who make it move on to winter training in Florida. Coming up, Earl takes to the sky in his first tandem jump, Plus, find out how you can become a Golden Knight. The candidates auditioning for a spot on the Golden Knights team make skydiving look easy, but they all had to conquer that first jump. Earl Scott faced his fears and found out exactly how that feels. Take a look.
The Golden Knights is the Army's elite skydiving team, and today I get to jump with them, and I am so pumped.
Do your stuff. Do it quickly. Now.
Roger, thank you. I am Sergeant First Class Mike Elliott. I am the Tandem team leader. Together we have a combined total of over 40,000 skydives, okay? I know you guys might be feeling a little apprehensive about doing your Tandem skydive today. But as soldiers, we work off certain values, one of those values being personal courage, the ability to do something that you're afraid to do. So you have no worries today about feeling that apprehension, because we're gonna inform you, we're gonna motivate you, we're gonna educate you, we're gonna entertain you. This is the parachute that the instructors will be wearing for your tandem jump. I have about 2,600 tandem skydives, two with former President Bush on this system, so I can tell you this system is very safe, the safest that money can buy. It's also equipped with an automatic opening device, which is called a cybernetic parachute release system. Let's say something happens to your tandem instructor, like he's knocked unconscious. We go through 1,900 feet faster than 78 miles an hour. This is going to indicate we're going too fast, too low to the ground, because it works off barometric pressure, and it's going to automatically open up that reserve parachute for us. There's three things I want you to remember to do to help us out during the tandem skydive. Relax, just like you're doing now. Arch, that's what I'm about to teach you, and more importantly, have fun.
The Golden Knight. Get used to this, this is pretty cool. Check me out.
This is an accurate representation of what the aircraft door is like. You can see it's not very tall, so remember when you guys climb in, watch your heads. What you guys are gonna do is literally put your toes right on the edge, squat down like a catcher, thumbs in the harness, head back, look in the right, smile at the camera guy. And we're gonna go ready, set, arch. And when I say arch, that's when we actually leave the airplane.
All right. All right.
Sweet. All right, Earl, get ready, buddy.
Okay.
Wow.
That was the best part.
time ever.
Congratulations.
Start
You did
to
an awesome
finish.
job up there.
He's such a pro. My new best friend. Thank you so much.
Nice. Oh my God. What's up, man? That was amazing. I want to do it again. It was an incredible experience, a beautiful view, the best one on the planet for sure.
Where else in the world can you be a professional skydiver, get paid to do it, and just make people smile and, you know, show them what we like to do.
If I could do it all over again, believe me, I would. For FNG, I'm Earl Sky. It was cool. Cut a rug in the sky.
So, you think you have what it takes to be a Golden Knight? You may have the guts to try out, but you also need to meet the minimum requirements, including 100 free fall jumps and a clean military and civilian record. For more information on how to apply, log on to pentagonchannel.mil. I'm Dan Burkhardt. See you next time on FNG.